this, that, and the other. We're working on the biggest piece of crap I own, 1963 Baja Bug. All right, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, oh, this thing's not a piece of crap. He's being dramatic. He's trying to have the clickbait. So let's go through it. Fuel system, junk. Electrical system, junk. What else do we have? Carburetor, part of fuel system, absolutely junk. What do all three of these things have in common? I have put so much money towards these parts over the last 3 or 4 years of owning this thing, and this thing has always been a piece of crap. So here's what I'm going to tell you. I used to wonder, why so many people LS swap things? Hello? Because it's junk. Now, an LS swap Bug would be pretty sick, but we're not doing that today on this channel. What we're going to focus on is, let's focus on the positives today. So what is something positive? This thing looks sick. I think the patina on it, I think the style of it, I think every other aspect of that is absolutely awesome. Our interior, I think, is also pretty sick. We got some sweet, really nice bucket seats in there. I have Ian, Ian, you're going to get a shout out maybe later on in this video. Right? Common scenario to find herself in, broke down the side of the road. Landon came to save the day. Ian, one of our good friends and students, he put a distributor in for us and did a great job. Ian, see that little guy right there that holds the distributor in? That's necessary to tighten up. So that way we don't end up broke down the side of the road missing a 10mm socket. So the journey continues on the 63 Volkswagen Beetle. We're not giving up. We're going home. Video. Right here, we see the door panels. So the door panels, Ian actually custom made. He also made kind of those back panels through there. So it's really a tough thing to do, I think, whenever you're trying to do a patina finish on what do you do whenever you make a new panel. Do you try to patina it in? What do you try to do? Today, we're actually going to cover just that. Let's keep going around this thing then. Awesome vintage roof rack. It is VW branded, but awesome vintage roof rack on it, which makes it sweet. We got the old D-Stone extra traction tires there. We have the sickest exhaust I think you can put. I'm really not a big fan of whenever they have the single stingers coming up, but this kind of, I don't know, jet boat type, nostalgia exhaust. I think it looks sweet. I think it sounds sweet when this thing's actually running right, which is next to never. Oh, whoa. Built-in spoilers. We're in race mode right now. We got the full air deflection coming off of it. Really, aesthetically, is the only reason why I keep going with this car. I think aesthetically, this thing is just awesome. It's just everything that has to do with mechanical, which is trash, on it. So what we're going to focus on is getting those things fixed today. So after that big rant, you're probably sitting there wondering, well, what are we working on first? We tackling fuel system, we tackling the electrical, where are we going to? Carburetor maybe? What could be it? Clutch linkage, yeah, it's loose, it's crap. So we got that too to add to the pile. What are we starting with? None of that. I just told you what my favorite part of this entire car is, which is the aesthetic value of it. Right now, what you haven't seen is I have been fighting this thing for 3 days to even get it to this point. This thing has just done what it always does. It has continued to fail left and right. You think, man, first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, she's cruising. This is the best it's ever run. And something goes sour. So I'm done working on this thing mechanically right now. I want to focus on the cool stuff, which is the aesthetic. So we talked about the door panels already, but what we see with it is an awesome patina. I think patina is a word that's used too much. I don't even know if I have a better word for it, but I just think that the whole, I think original, I think is maybe the better way to call it, how I like to call it. And it's just because people have used patina so much. One of my biggest things, my entire time in industry has been with the collision repair field, with refinishing and things like that. So prepping properly, doing proper methods of application is something I'm really passionate about. So whenever I see these different companies that are, oh, let's spray clear coat over the rust, and this will be a sweet patina. until it falls off, then what are you gonna do? Now you're stuck painting the whole thing. So I've actually got a method. It's nothing that anybody's, never seen before, but I've got a method that I absolutely love, and that's what we're gonna focus on today. Nothing mechanical. It'll still run like crap by the end of this video, but this thing's gonna look 10 times cooler. Let's get into it. So no different than how most people want to take and add that clear coat to really make a color pop. I get it, it kind of looks dull. It just looks dirty, if you will. And there's a lot of shine that's still left in these paints. Now you can see with ours, we're pretty thin. It's clearly been resprayed before. However, we can make it shine brighter. So buffing's not really an option there for us. And I told you I don't like the clear coat. So what could I be alluding to make this thing 10 times better? And it's actually right here in this little can. No, it's not alcohol. No, it's not pee or urine or anything like that. This is actually a concoction of boiled linseed oil and mineral spirits. Now, for some people, they really like a glossy look on it. For me, I don't really like that. I just like it to glow. So the mitts that we have here is 50-50, and I love the 50-50 mitts on it. I've actually, if you come look at this tractor, shop's a mess right now. This tractor right here is a 50-50 mitts, and it just kind of has that satiny glow to it. I don't like them glossy. However, you can make these mittses to where they will have more of a glossy look, and it's just a ratio thing. So for me, I like 50-50. So 50-50 or 50% boiled linseed oil, 50% mineral spirits with it. Additionally, you can go to, let's see what it is, like a 60-40 mitts, and all you're really doing is adding more mineral spirits to it. So whenever you add more mineral spirits, you basically get a higher gloss value to it. You can go additionally with that, go 70-30 mitts, and you get shinier and shinier. So we're going to go through the process though, and I'm going to show you exactly how we can take this pretty nice bug, but fade it quite a bit, how we can take and really make it pop and kind of have that glow to it that are, I don't know, just makes it shine and stand out a little bit better. Let's get into the video. Okay, in the former clip, I did want to make, from the former clip, I want to make one note. I said that it's extra mineral spirits that actually gives it more gloss. I was wrong. It's less mineral spirits, more boiled linseed oil in those ratios that gives it a better gloss. So just wanted to clarify. Once again, 50-50 mitts. Pretty simple. We got an applicator pad. You can buy these any parts store. It's used for actually applying polish, like car polish to a car. You can use an old rag, old t-shirts, anything else. But it doesn't take a lot. So we just get a little bit kind of started on there. This one's been used before, so it's kind of already pre-primed. We got a little bit that's on that rag, and we're just going to start rubbing. So kind of a simple wax on type situation to get it really worked in there. Now, important to note, make sure you're doing this in a well-ventilated area. I'm only doing this without a respirator on just to make this video clip, and then I'm gonna get a respirator on. So I don't exactly know how volatile it is towards killing you, but we don't wanna give it any chances. So we just keep working it around. If I think I need a little bit more, we put a little bit more on them, and we see that already starting to pop with it. Now this isn't it. It's not just put it on and then we're done. We've actually got one more step. I'm going to finish this part here. Okay, that's the first part's putting it on. The second part, I'm going to get my microfiber. You do not want to leave excess residue on. You work it in, and as quick as I get it on there, I go and wipe it on. I know some people I've talked to before talk about leaving it on there, for a period of time. I put it on one panel, I take it off the same panel. Don't leave the excess residue though. If you leave that excess residue, anything can stick to it. It's really never going to fully evaporate out. And it's going to kind of stay, I don't want to say sticky, but it's going to stay wet enough that things can stick to it. Specifically dust being one of those things. So you see me definitely go through and make sure and wipe it through. Realistically, I don't think it takes many microfibers for this. Kind of one, I think one will do the entire car easily. So just kind of keep a monitor on it. But it also depends how heavy you put the stuff on in the first place. So let's step back and take a look. And we can see a clear difference in that overall shine between the two. Now it's kind of hard because this paint is fading out to the white below it, but once we get it in time lapse, you really see it start to pop off in different areas. So let's get it on time lapse and go from there.
I've storm chased along the Oregon coastline, tried dodging lies and landmines, but that never worked too well. And I've been war-torn, beaten down and bruised bad, a northwestern nomad, crying out for help.
So before we do the big reveal, there's a couple very important things to know. First, we hardly used anything to do the entire car. Now I know the Bug isn't exactly the biggest thing in the world, but this stuff goes so far, and I think I'm $10 into even making this jar, and I still got enough to make another jar. So super simple, boiled linseed oil and mineral spirits. Now, the rads. Don't just go and throw these rads, applicator pads, all these things, gloves. If they came in contact with that, they need to be let air dry at least for 2 days before you put them in any type of trash. More importantly, they'd be, how we want to say it, better off would be let them dry, air dry, and then let them get wet, so that way there's no chance of this stuff spontaneously combusting. I'm not making things up. That stuff there, if left, and it'd be cool to do a time lapse. I don't think I probably will, but it'd be sweet. These things will start to smolder just based on the chemical makeup of that, but they'll start to smolder and then will literally spontaneously combust. So lay them outside, just let them air dry, you know, kind of flat, you know, like that. If better yet, saturate them in water and then let them do the same thing before you discard of them. So yeah, definitely don't miss that point. You cannot put the stuff in the trash or ball it up in a pile because it will spontaneously combust. And here we have the big reveal. So notice that kind of sheen that everything has. This will continue, like what we have on there, we wiped off the excess, but that will continue to evaporate off, and this color will actually come out a little bit brighter too. I did the other side 2 days ago, and we'll show that last just so you got an idea what it looks like. That roof turned out awesome. You can have more gloss. I don't like the gloss. I like that kind of just sheen that's there with it. But look at it go around. Thing just looks great. You can see how that orange kind of rust, the darkness, the orangeness comes through. It works, guys. It works so well. Looks so good. And at the end of the day, it's not going to peel off. That clear coat and stuff, even if you do the preps, even if you do anything else, there's been so many horror stories of that stuff peeling off. And it should. It's not meant to go to rust and things like that. So come around to this side. So this is aged for 2 days additionally. There's what that final finish on that rust will look like. So we still see the darker rust through there, but that real orange that really pops off of there, I think it looks just looks fantastic. So we get that same kind of sheen going on, not quite so oily. Once you see it kind of evaporate out, it just has a really good sheen. All right, and that wraps up another one here on This, That, and the Other with the worst vehicle I've ever purchased in my life, part one. We got her looking good though, wouldn't you agree? Everything looks good with it. Patina is popping, looks fantastic. We got Elsie. Go ahead and come up and get a shot of Elsie driving in there.
Say, Elsie, say hi.
Shifting gears and everything else. So
Tell me that.
So that'll wrap up another one here on This, That, and the Other, where you just never know what the next video might be. All right, we'll see you later.
Protect my soul, all I need is a hand to hold to drive out the darkness and leave a little love in its place and heal this heart you didn't break. Well, I've wandered desert sands and mountain tops. I tested God.